8 groups are unable to help civilians in Yemen now. The Saudi-led bombing campaign's intensifying, and battles between Shia rebels and loyalist forces continue to rage on the ground. And powerful aftershocks in Nepal, where the number of earthquake victims is climbing all the time. The latest death toll stands at more than 3,500. And the EU's foreign policy chief pulls out of a summit in Kiev at the last minute. It's amid reports Europe is losing trust in Ukraine's commitment to political and economic change. Your source for worldwide headlines. It's RT International live from Moscow with me, Rory Souchet. From all of us here, welcome to the program. There's been no let-up in Yemen, with Saudi Arabia launching at least 5 airstrikes against the capital all on Sunday, while southern regions are being shelled by warships. Reporter Mohammed Al-Attab reports from Sana'a.
This area of Attan in the capital Sana'a have been hit hard by the Saudi air missiles. Many people have lost their houses. High buildings also have been damaged with the shrapnels of the airstrike.
وراد تخلوا لنا حاجة فالبيت ضربة كاملة دفنوا الكل بعفشنا بلداتنا بخزاتنا يعني ولا عتكوا حاجة. هذا ما عادش مساعدة، المساعدة هكذا من السعودية تساعدنا بهذا الضرب ما في عنا بهم.
ما بش معنا لا بيت ولا خربوا بيتنا وفعلوا كل شيء. الحين ما دريت وين اسكن احنا وجالي وعفشي لازد لقيت عفشي لازد لقيت لدادي لازد لقيت شيء.
We are going to visit Abdul Hasabani. His house has been completely destroyed and now he's moving to an apartment far away from his home. This is Abdul's taxi. It's his only source of a living for his big family, and now it's being destroyed. And now we are going also to visit his house.
انتهى الفرن، ماسة الطعام، الغسالة، الثلاجة، انتهى يعني بيت انتهى بالكامل. العوض من الله بس. اما ذا احنا ما خلاص تشردنا من بيوتنا، ما عبش ان نسكن ولا ناكل كل حاجة. البيت لا عاد تسريح، لا عاد سرير، السرير انتهى، غرفة النوم هذه التسريح، هذا الدولاب، العفش كامل انتهى عن بكرة أبي. الآن احنا مشردين ولا معنا شيء إلا الله. استأجرنا لنا غرفتين في بيت باوس، والله ان احنا حالبين بحق الإيجار وحق الصرفة.
That was Mohammed Al-Attab reporting from Sana'a. Yemen is also seeing the violence now spread to daily street battles. These are scenes from Yemen's third largest city of Taiz. Houthi militias are battling with forces loyal to the president in exile. Constant fighting in the country is preventing humanitarian organizations from trying to do their job.
Right now, today in Yemen, we have not even been able to carry out an investigation at our own level because the security situation does not allow our teams to move around safely. Our convoys, 8 convoys, were stopped 3 times in different locations by the parties to the conflict in Yemen. We are not a country, so we are not a national government, so that's why we cannot really go to the ICC like the governments can do. But it's really up to the governments if they want to pursue it in that sense. Our teams go to those places where war and where heavy fighting has been taking place, and we document the cases ourselves, and we hold these discussions strictly bilaterally with the concerned parties.
Yemenis will now apparently have to fight on a new front. Jihadists from Islamic State say they're ready to join the fray. On Friday, they released a video declaring a caliphate in Yemen. The footage shows militants training in a desert, boasting new 4-wheel drive vehicles in the distance there. The jihadists already have a huge presence in Yemen. In fact, Al-Qaeda is active in vast territories of the country, despite more than 10 years of a US drone war. Just to look here, this is the big region where Al-Qaeda is very active. Now, conflicts in the Middle East can create a fertile ground for radical forces. The 2003 invasion of Iraq sparked a jihadist insurgency and laid the foundation of ISIL. Anti-Assad resistance in Syria led to the rise of radical factions as well, and some of those radicals went on to join Islamic State. And the group is now active in Libya, where a NATO bombing campaign helped to topple Gaddafi in 2011. And jihadists are now taking advantage of the instability in Yemen as well.
You know, if you leave it to the people of Yemen who don't want extremism of any kind, don't want the Houthi militia, don't want Al-Qaeda or ISIS, and don't want the pro-Western authoritarians that the U.S. and the Saudis want to impose, if you leave it to the people themselves, I think they can end up being the most successful forces to resist extremism of any kind. But of course, if you end up having foreigners come in and start bombing the place and killing a lot of civilians and backing various factions, that's exactly the kind of formula that the extremists want. They are taking advantages of the instability. And the problem, of course, is with the fighting between the Houthis and the Hadi government, both of which had been fighting Al-Qaeda and Islamist extremists. It creates an opportunity for those extremists to expand their power and influence as well.
It's RT International. The number